It looks like the positive signal of all time has been found. BlackRock, which is one of the world's richest companies, is very interested in XRP Ripple. You did hear that right. A lot of people think that BlackRock is buying billions of XRP Ripple coins behind people's backs and will soon start driving up the price. A lot of people think the price could go up to $20,000, 0 cents per coin. Doesn't it sound crazy? You really shouldn't miss this video, trust me. Let's do it one step at a time. Note that Ripple's XRP is once again getting a lot of attention, and this time it's not because of another protest or courtroom headline based on a meme, because BlackRock, which is the biggest asset manager in the world, is taking attention. With more than $11 trillion in assets, BlackRock doesn't follow the crowd. It comes after structure, liquidity, and chance. So when a company like that does anything at all to move towards XRP, it means a lot more than just gossip. BlackRock recently sent a document to the SEC about its spot Bitcoin ETF in which it directly mentioned the ongoing legal fight between Ripple and the SEC. The company said the case, which was first filed in December 2020, had a terrible effect on XRP's market value, which dropped from over $100 billion, 0 cents, to less than $10 billion, 0 cents, in just a few weeks. That example wasn't just thrown in there, it was a message. BlackRock made it clear that legal uncertainty can instantly destroy the value of a digital asset, and XRP is proof of this. The fact that BlackRock is even talking about XRP is even more interesting. They're not trying to avoid it. It's because they might be getting ready to deal with it. More and more rumors are being heard behind closed doors. John Squire tweeted that BlackRock is moving towards XRP. Pompous also said, every tokenized asset is worthless if it can't be traded. BlackRock knows this. Banks are aware of this. That's why XRP is about to become the world's most valuable thing. Do not think that these crypto leaders are just throwing darts at the wall. The fact that these comments came out at the same time as BlackRock's filings suggests that a change might be happening right now. To understand why this is important, you need to know what ETFs are. If you want to buy in something that tracks the price of another asset, you can use an exchange-traded fund or ETF. In the beginning of this year, Bitcoin's price went through the roof, in part because spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved in the US. These goods make it possible for regular people and businesses to invest in crypto without having to deal with wallets, keys, or exchanges. It makes things easier while still following the rules, and it puts real money into the market. Now think about what would happen if XRP got the same treatment. ETFs that are controlled would make XRP a real asset for institutions, which would bring in trillions of dollars from banks, hedge funds, retirement funds, and sovereign wealth institutions. And this isn't a dream. The fact that BlackRock talked about XRP in terms of an ETF shows that they are thinking about this option. BlackRock is eyeing a $9 trillion 0 cents move involving XRP, the governor of XRP tweeted. It may be just guesswork, but when the biggest asset manager in the world moves, the markets change. There's also the law side of things. The last parts of the Ripple vs. SEC case are almost done. Judge Annalisa Torres recently turned down a joint move to settle the case for procedural reasons, but lawyers think the case will be settled soon. The more clear things become, the more likely it is that big players like BlackRock will be able to join the XRP environment, not only by trading the token, but also by making things that work with it. Ripple has always had bigger plans for XRP than just being another coin. XRP was created to be a bridge asset, a universal money translator that could quickly and cheaply move value across countries in a world where tokenization rules all forms of finance, from stocks and real estate to paper currencies. XRP could be the way that trillions of tokens are moved. That future needs money. BlackRock knows this better than anyone else. When the world's most powerful asset manager talks about XRP, it's no longer just a guess. It's going to be a part of the banking system of the future. BlackRock is keeping an eye on things and getting ready, so it doesn't matter if they launch an XRP ETF next quarter or next year. Plus, when they finally do something, it could change everything about digital assets. Crazy, huh? Yes, But that's only the beginning. Things are about to get really interesting because some of the most well-known crypto experts are making big claims about XRP's future. And if even half of it turns out to be true, the market as a whole will be changed forever. Take a look at this tweet from Jack the Rippler. The money is on the way. A simple sentence that says a lot about how many people who support XRP feel. They think a wave of institutional liquidity is coming. Someone else well known in the community, Steph, agreed and said, XRP is about to go parabolic. These people really believe what they say, not just empty talk. Insiders in the field, like Crypto King, who says Ripple is making moves to gain power, are supporting it. They are power moves. The SEC case still casts a long shadow over XRP, but there's more and more proof that Ripple is getting ready for something much bigger than just a regulatory win. Al Gilbert, CEO of Ethereum, recently said that XRP has a lot of demand and a lot of long-term upside potential. He even said that XRP might do better than Bitcoin in the years to come. That kind of support from someone with a lot of experience in traditional banking carries a lot of weight. The rocket ship does not have everyone on board, though. A tweet from Bitcoin author Jason Williams said, XRP is going to 20,000 per coin. This was a jab at the most extreme price estimates for XRP. It looked like he had joined the XRP bulls at first glance, but it was just teasing. In his next message, he made fun of the idea by saying that the price of XRP could be as low as 20,000 Lebanese pounds, which is about $22.00. It wasn't a long-range call, it was a jab. Williams was basically saying that XRP is less likely to go up than down, putting it below some of the world's most risky currencies. A game developer and longtime supporter of XRP, Chad Steingraber, was probably the target of the sarcasm. Steingraber has made the case for XRP hitting $10,000.00 or even $20,000.00 per coin, but only in the most extreme cases, such as when all institutions adopt it, global assets are tokenized, and it becomes the bridge currency for trillions of dollars in cross-border payments. An idea that fascinates people, but makes people in the financial world scratch their heads. Of course, if the price of XRP reached $20,000.00 and the supply stayed the same, the market cap would skyrocket into the quadrillions, which is much bigger than the world economy as a whole. Many critics quickly point out that this is simply not possible. People who support XRP often say that market cap isn't a good way to measure things, especially for assets that are meant to be burned or locked up as part of their purpose. Still, they haven't come up with a fully convincing plan that supports that level of valuation. Jack the Rippler says that money is on the way. He may be right, and BlackRock, Ethereum, and other crypto experts may be reading the signs properly. If so, XRP might not even need to reach $20,000.00 to be revolutionary. It only needs to show that it fits in with the fast-paced future the world is moving towards. Now let's talk about the newest companies that Ripple works with. Trust me, this is where things go crazy. While everyone has been focused on price predictions and court cases, Ripple has been slowly moving around the world behind the scenes, and what they're making could change the way money works as we know it. This support for XRP is growing not only through market speculation or social media buzz, but also through real recommendations from important people who know a lot about the financial system. Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasury of the United States, made waves when she said in public that she supports Ripple and XRP. This was one of the most interesting events to happen recently.